like a cathedral on frames on the wall where the old songs hung. Carpet remembers every careful shoe. Piano at the far end, holding something true. One chair waits where the moonlight falls, like a verdict that forgives these walls. I walk without hurry, counting it all. Every quiet of thunder I refuse to call. I kept a kingdom with a borrowed hush, turned storms to wages and rage to brush. Names like lantern, some bright, some thin. Mercy sewn under a suit made of sin. I learned the cost of an honest delay, how to buy a dawn from a ruin of day. The city grew gentler when the noise grew small. Now it's just me in the chair in the hall. I don't need guards for the breath I keep. Truth walks beside me like a child in sleep. The portraits lean close as if to recall how a man can be crowned without raising the wall. Count to 4 while the echoes learn. Let the old brass soften and the strings return. If power asks what it's for at all, say to set down the weight when the night grows tall. Here's the chair at the end of the hall. Wood like a witness, back like a call. I sit with the quiet I taught to stand. Lay down the crown in an open hand. No trumpets needed, no banners to fall. I earn my rest in the chair at the end of the hall. The floorboards confess where the years walk slow, where boys became men and learned how to know. A glass on the table holds yesterday's rain. I raise it to absences that lessened our pain. The velvet trigger, the silent room, the table of names, the whiskey gloom. All of them stitched in a single line, thread of restraint through a darker design. If glory is heat that forgets to heal, let legacy be the cool of steel. I don't need statues to make me tall. I measure my height by who didn't fall. Breathe through the hinge as the door unlearns. Let the lamp write gold on the lessons that burn. If peace is a tax that the restless pay, I've paid it nightly in a measured way. Here's the chair at the end of the hall. Wood like a witness, back like a call. I sit with the quiet I taught to stand. Lay down the crown in an open hand. No trumpets needed, no banners to fall. I earn my rest in a chair at the end of the hall. She steps from the shadow with smoke in her hair. A sermon of patience, a long steady stare. Says, tell me what kings keep under the skin. I say a ledger of moments they didn't give in. The mercy they chose when the mass said no. A door they unlocked so a boy could grow. The letter they wrote and never sent. The anger they folded and let relent. She nods like a clock that forgives the time. Writes my answer in D minor rhyme. Then sits, she whispers, let silence enthrall. Wear nothing but truth in that chair at the hall. Count to 4 till the breath turns round. Let the bass place roots in the ground. If love is a law with a gentler drawl, it's signed in the chair at the end of the hall. Here's a chair at the end of the hall. Wood like a witness, back like a call. I sit with the quiet I taught to stand. Lay down the crown in an open hand. No trumpets needed, no banners to fall. I earn my rest in the chair at the end of the hall. Bring me the night, so I return still on. Teach my hands the grace of disarm. Bring me the names I carry like stone. Let the stone feel lighter, finally alone. Bring me the rose I refuse to flood. Let justice be water, not blood. Bring me the throne made only of choice, where law is a breath and mercy a voice. If endings are crowns that quietly fall, place it in wood, the chair at the end of the hall. No witness, no noise, only the hum of a measured poise. Count to 4. Close the door. The soldier's coat hangs where the light turns thin, sleeves like prayers for the places he's been. I promised his mother I'd guard his name, kept it unbroken through profit and blame. A rival's grin loves faint in a frame, softened by time, renamed by the same. I learned that victory, smaller and sure, outlives a triumph, it dies immature. So I chose the fix over televised fire, built quiet ladders from honest wire. If someone asks where the empire is drawn, point at the windows that survived the dawn. Let the strings bow low, then rise. Let the brass breathe truth without disguise. If fate takes notes while the footsteps fall, it writes them here at the end of the hall. Here's the chair at the end of the hall, wood like a witness, back like a call. I sit with the quiet I taught to stand, lay down the crown in an open hand. No trumpets needed, no banners to fall. I earn my rest in the chair at the end of the hall. Hands on the O's, brace, oh, fret. Piano woes, stain, aquafalum, amen. Strings me then till the light goes wide. Rest, brass, with a gentler draw. Counter's cold, cup gone thin, steam left early, won't come again. Neon blinks like a tired hymn, door sighs once then, forgives the wind. Sun edges in with a hesitant nod. I drink with ghosts and quiet gods. I used to wake with a siren's plan, chasing a storm like a younger man. Now I count spoons in a vacant den, silver that learned how to listen within. The clock licks minutes off the wall, a gentle thief who knows it all. I learned to hold what doesn't bruise, to keep one truth and let others lose. The street outside ties up its hair, morning's braid on an honest stare. I stir the cup though the warmth is gone, habit that believes the dawn. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let breath decide what words won't ride. If thunder asks for a second shot, tell it not today, I'm better soft. Cold coffee and quiet gods, that's breakfast for the scarred and hard. No choir needed, no king's facade, just a chair that holds my flawed. I lift the cup to the day I've got, to every fire I chose not. There's a photo curled on the bulletin cork, a younger grin with a rusted fork. He thought the world was a door to force. I taught him hinges in the patient course. I used to love like a smuggled flame, too bright to hold, too quick to name. Now love is water in a steady jar, tastes like distance, drinks like star. A sparrow pecks at the window's doubt, small brave heart on a crosstown route. It looks like truth without applause, a perfect rule with kinda laws. Breathe on forward till the bass says stay, let the snare brush sweep away. If yesterday knocks with its louder frauds, serve it cold coffee and quiet gods. Cold coffee and quiet gods. I eat my peace in smaller rods, where thunder begged, I'm counting sod seeds. I planted flaws and clods. I bless the hours the city trods, and sip with ghosts and quiet gods. The waitress writes mercy on a receipt line, be well in ink like a slow design. She says my name like she stores the sound, a coin that comes back double round. I tip her truth, not pity's grin, for the night she's paid in noise and sin. We share a nod that could feed a town, a humble yes that sets cups down. Outside a bus exhales its dread, men bored softer than what they said. I used to measure by who knelt fast, now I measure by who lets past. Count to 4, let the piano wait, one note hanging like a held out gate. If pride returns with a metal rod, bend it back with quiet gods. Cold coffee and quiet gods, sermon and steam that memory lost. No miracle here, no stacked applause, just decent breath and gentler claws. If grace is real, it minds the sods, where roots drink deep with quiet gods. Bring me the letters I never sent, bring me the vows I kept in rent. Bring me the locks that learned my hand, bring me the miles that didn't demand. Let the guitar bend where courage heals, let the bass speak truths the mouth conceals. If peace is priced in smaller ways, I'll pay in pauses and honest days. Say less, mean more, hold breath, count 4. Yesterday's news wrings out the ink for softer views. He nods at me like a weathered oath, we're strangers sworn to the same slow growth. 2 kids trade marbles near the door, big as planets on a cleaner floor. They share, they argue, then split the sky. Tiny treaties that learn how to try. I taste the bitter that won't turn sweet, a lesson poured where grief and meat. Cold coffee's honest, it doesn't pretend, it stays what it is till the very end. Breathe on 4, let the window glow, let morning shine where the thin lights go. If rage requests its crimson rods, I answer flat, I'm with the gods. Cold coffee and quiet gods, I lay my wars in uncut sods. No crown to polish, no iron prods, just steady hands and softer odds. If legacy asks for polished nods, I'll point to steam and quiet gods. There's a church across from the grocery store, spills hymns and coupons under the door. A mother counts change with a prayer's brave math, chooses milk and keeps her path. I've bought 1,000 thundercrats, but mercy taught me better maps. Now when a line divides my mind, I draw a bridge and leave it kind. The ghosts that used to own my lungs hum a lower, humbler tongue. They're not gone, we've made a truce. They watch me choose what I refuse. Hold that forward till the heart beats clean. Let strings silo like evergreen. if the night returns with brass applauds, I pour it down for quiet gods, cold coffee and quiet God, breakfast with the honest squads. I toast to every softer clause, to measured winds and better frauds. If feathered waves and sinking sighs, terribly young and quiet gods. Breathe out och quote the minutes to every beach that on. Lamp hangs low like a moon in chains. Dust rides halos over wood grain veins. I pull out the chair that remembers my weight, lay down a ledger and a patient fate. Trumpet far off, rain near the panes. Tonight we dine with a table of names. Old cold secrets a church won't keep, grooves like scars where the vows ran deep. There's coffee rings shaped like unclosed loops, cigarette constellations of old truths. Some names shine like a clean brass rail, some look back with a county jail pale. I trace with a finger the ones who stayed, the ones who folded the debts I paid. A city is made of the hands that lift, a mercy in pockets, a careful drift. I didn't build empires with a marching band, I built them slow with a quieter hand. The bass underfoot hums low and claims power remembers at the table of names. Count to 4 before you speak, let the snare ride low on cheek. Ink may fade and ash may stain, but a kept old never leaves the grain. Raise a glass to the table of names, to brothers of light and sisters of flames, to the ones who ran and the ones who came, to the lost and the loyal who bled the same. If crowns are heavy and glory remains, we rest the weight on the table of names. Here's Angelo, steady as winter steel, never took more than a man could feel. Here's Rosa the saint with a gambler's eye, saved 3 boys and refused the sky. Here's Vito who lied like a choir boy's hymn, sweet on the tongue with a knife in the rim. I bought him grace on a Sunday night, sold him the truth when he asked for light. And here's a blank where a friend should be, the ghost of a promise that outlived me. Some names I whisper so they don't wake pain, some I pronounce like a gentle rain. If legacy's a ledger nobody owns, we're all signatures on borrowed bones. The organ breathes softly like old remains. I turn a page at the table of names. Count to 4, keep shoulders square, let memory sit in the head of the chair. A king is a clerk when the night explains, all power kneels at the table of names. Raise a glass to the table of names, to brothers of light and sisters of flames, to the ones who ran and the ones who came, to the lost and the loyal who bled the same. If crowns are heavy and glory remains, we rest the weight on the table of names. A waitress turned widow writes notes in the margin, small clean letters like a private pardon. She circles a day when the docks went dark, when sirens learned a funeral's large. I fold a bill under her sorrow's plate, Not to erase, just to mediate. A soldier I raised from a street with no father, left his rage here and grew up farther. He learned that thunder is easy to sell, but quiet keeps the city well. Another page, ink bleeds like wine, with loyalty tilted on a crooked line. I forgave once where twice would kill. I held the door when mercy stood still. No angels here, no perfect claims, just men tuned low at the table of names. Count to four, give grief a chair, let brass eye soft in the open air. If truth is heavy, don't shift the frame, hold steady now at the table of names. Raise a glass to the table of names, to brothers of light and sisters of flames, to the ones who ran and the ones who came, to the lost and the loyal who bled the same. If crowns are heavy and glory remains, we rest the weight on a table of names. Bring me the ink that outlasts rain, bring me the hands that ease the stain, bring me the night I should have stayed, bring me the bill I never paid, bring me the doors I closed too soon, bring me the favors I called a boon. Let the guitar bend like a vow that bends, let the organ count our better ends. If legacy's a candle that knows our shame, we hold the flame at the table of names. Ride slow, breathe through, say less, pay due. A traitor returns as a father of two, holds out a hand like a debt that grew. He asks for word, not a pardon's kiss. I give him roots where the edges miss, not mercy blind, not judgment wild. A safer street for a safer child. A widow brings roses for the men who fell, says nothing, her silence rings the bell. The room takes note like a notary sky, even the shadows forget to lie. I learned to bless without losing the blade, to ask of the storm what calmness paid. I sign 3 lines and refuse 1 war, approve 1 truce and forgive 1 score. The pen feels warm in a colder air. Some laws you keep just because you can. Count to 4, let the pages rest. Lay your ear on the table's chest. If the past still beats and the present aims, we pause together at the table of names. Raise a glass to the table of names, to brothers of light and sisters of flames, to the ones who ran and the ones who came, to the lost and the loyal who bled the same. If crowns are heavy and glory maims, we rest the weight on a table of names. D minor dawn on a water skin, Miss writes cursive where banks begin. Gravel listen, reeds lean slow, piano of droplets counting go. I touch the rail and feel time run. This river moves but forgets no one. I've walked beside this faithful vein, through winter glass and summer rain. It kept my secret, learned my stride, filed my anger, gentle pride. I threw a stone when I was young, a vow that bent a stubborn tongue. The circles widened, found there's some there singing still. The river's drum I thought I left those echoes then, but water keeps what shapes a man. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let breathe be the long, clear guide. If memory begs for a brighter gun, point to the current. It forgets no one. The river forgets no one. It carries, doesn't erase. It smooths the names we called and leaves them in their place. No judgment in its running, no scoreboard in its run. It holds the world in motion. The river forgets no one. Folds a letter thin and drops it in like a trusted hymn. Fence still holds her script, confess. The water tucks it to its chest. 2 kids throw sticks and count to 4. Each choice chooses its farther shore. They cheer for the one that learns to bend. They watch the stubborn sinking end. I nod like maps that finally know you move by yielding more than go. What couldn't listen came undone, but mercy swam. It drowned no one. Breathe on 4, let strings lean low. Let piano leave space where meanings grow. If pride returns with a hurried tongue, set it to water. It forgives no one. The river forgets no one. It carries, doesn't erase. It smooths the names we carved and leaves them in their place. No judgment in its running, no scoreboard in its run. It holds the world in motion. The river forgets no one. I kept a drawer of unmailed lines, apologies stitched to winter vines. I read them here and tear them slow, like petals training grief to grow. The pages drift in softened bits, become a school of tender wits. A carp turns once, a heron bows. The river signs the gentler vows. It doesn't lift me out of pain, it teaches names for honest rain. I learned to stand where truths are spun, not to be spotless, just become. Count to 4 till the heart stands sure. Let quiet be strong and good be pure. If thunder begs for a borrowed gun, show it these banks, they shoot no one. The river forgets no one. It carries, doesn't erase. It smooths the names we carved and leaves them in their place. No judgment in its running, no scoreboard in its run. It holds the world in motion. The river forgets no one. Bring me the locks I forced for show. I'll oil them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too hard, I'll speak them soft in the backyard. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin, I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let finger pick guitar bend once, then rest, let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants a neon sun, feed it bread by the river's run. Because power without kindness is only one, and rivers keep the ledger. They forget no one. Say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. Across the bend, a factory wall, rust and ivy equal draw. The river eats the iron's pride, turns red to brown, then lets it slide. Even the worst it learns to lift, not to pretend, but give it drift. A bottle note inside my hand, a boy's small script, a future plan. I'll learn to fix, I'll learn to stay, I'll make the doors behave this way. I seal it back and trust the run. Some other shore will meet that sun. Hold that four, let rim click, pray, let mercy sign the day. If history asks what we've become, point at the water, it forgets no one. The river forgets no one. It carries, doesn't erase. It smooths the names we carved and leaves them in their place. No judgment in its running, no scoreboard in its run. It holds the world in motion. The river, it forgets no one. The river forgets no one. It carries, doesn't erase. Write it in reeds and walking stones, in bridges strong and humbler homes. No brightest crown, no loud enthroned, just breathe and bread and labor grown. If I am gone and daylight runs, remember how the water hums. The wind still hums through the broken blinds, a soft reminder of changing times. The glass half full, the fight half done. The war I waged, I finally won. The smoke don't cling, it drifts away, like all the debts I used to pay. In the dark, she smiles, she keeps the score, but the night don't owe me anymore. I chase the dawn with bloodshot eyes, trying to bury what truth implies. Each dream I lost, I call it fate. Each sin I loved, I dressed as great. I walk through storms, I beg for pain, just to feel alive again. Now the fire's out, the whiskey's poured, but the night don't owe me anymore. The jukebox hums a tired refrain, a song I played to drown the pain. The barmaid nods, she knows my face. She's seen regret in every case. The stool still creaks beneath my weight, a ghost of pride, a twist of fate. But the chair don't judge, the floor don't mourn, and the night don't owe me anymore. Ain't no preacher left to save my kind, just the echo of peace I find. You can fight the dark, but it never dies. It just waits beneath your sighs. The blues don't cure, it just forgives. For every fool who still relives. I took my last, I closed that door. The night don't own me anymore. So pour one for the man who found his peace when the noise fell down and the doubt ceased. He laughs low, calm to the core. Yeah, the night don't know him anymore. It hums like mercy, soft and slow, a quiet truth he's come to know. He ain't seeking fight or war, 'cause the night don't know him anymore. Her photo's cracked but still looks kind. The love's long gone but not declined. I talk to her like she's still near, tell her what I couldn't clear. Her smile don't fade, it just forgives. A shade that knows how silence lives. I used to bleed for what she wore. Now the night don't know me anymore.
I learned that loss ain't always pain. Sometimes it's just the end of rain. The sun still sets, the soul still mends. You learn that peace don't mean it ends. I burned my guilt, I kept the scar, a map to show me who we are. And though I've sinned, my spirit's sore. The night don't know me anymore. The man in the mirror don't talk tonight. He just nods once under pale light. He don't accuse, he don't forgive. He just shows the way I live. He says, boy, the fight's been long, but every wrong wrote you a song. And I smile back the same as before, 'cause the night don't know me anymore. My heart don't race like it used to do. It beats slow, quiet, clean and true. The blues still play, but soft refined, like a scar that learned to stay behind. I hum along, no pain, no score, just rhythm born from what I swore. The ghost still knocks, I don't implore. The night don't owe me anymore. Pour one for the man who walked away from every ghost that begged to stay. He hums low like paint's no more. Yeah, the night don't owe him anymore. It breathes like truth through open air. No guilt, no pride, just being there. I fade, I smile, I restore. The night don't hold me anymore. So pour one for the quiet kind, who left their sorrow far behind. For the men who learn what hearts are for. Yeah, the night don't owe them anymore. No crying, no fleeing, no lore, just stillness one metaphor. But when I faint, I'm sure the night don't owe me anymore. I see the fire fall in that flame. The seamen die but still retain the seal of fate, be peace will lane. They'll start a fume after rain, and I forget. Daylight sits quiet on a workbench scar. Dust makes halos where the tools now are. Piano breath, a low D chord. My hands remember what they're for. No crowd, no clout that needs a jury. Just honest work with hands without hurry. I hammered my youth to a louder law. Built fast kingdoms out of raw. The nails look brave till the boards pull thin. Speed was a show I kept within. Now I square the wood till corners rest. Let patience choose which cut is best. I sand the edge till the splinters learn that time is a teacher that doesn't burn. I oil the hinge and watch it sing, a quiet arc that spares the spring. The door behaves like a truer story. That's what you get with hands without hurry. Count to 4 on the ribs, not eyes. Let breath be the rule that squares your lies. If pride says faster, smile and defer. What's meant to last prefers the slower. Hands without hurry, they hold, they mend, they stay. They make a room sturdy and keep the sharp away. No neon needed, oh, no borrowed jewelry. Just work made right by hands without hurry. Oh, the street outside wears a softer shoe, the kind that walks what it means to do. A neighbor waves with a fence half broke. We trade 2 planks and a lighter yoke. He says I rushed it, I say we've all been measured twice, so boards don't fall. We share the weight on the end that bites. Leave room for swelling on rainy nights. He breathes like someone who found his floor. I find my peace at his front door. The screw seats slow till threads find glory. Another job done with hands without hurry. Breathe on full, let the snare stay low. Let piano leave space where meanings grow. If yesterday begs for a faster story, let today reply. Hands without hurry. Hands without hurry. They hold, they mend, they stay. They make a room sturdy and keep the sharp away. No neon needed, no borrowed jewelry. Just work made right by hands without hurry. I've learned the grammar of a grain and glue, how keep secrets, how maple's true, how mercy sends down a jagged word, how screws don't strip if your fate's not hurried. I fix a chair where a child will climb, build in a rhythm that honors time. My knuckles wear a wiser stain, not blood, not brag, but honest grain. I keep a box of screws I save for days when lack meets a love I braved. A measured drawer labeled ordinary glory, a craftsman's gospel, hands without hurry. Count to 4 till the pulse sits right. Let strings bow warmth instead of might. If thunder lobbies for its story, let hinges vote for hands without hurry. Hands without hurry. They hold, they mend, they stay. They make a room sturdy and keep the sharp away.
brakes I slam for sure. I'll lower them now and let them go. Bring me the names I carved too deep. I'll plane them smooth where children sleep. Hey, bring me the miles I sprinted thin. I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let slide guitar bend once and rest. Let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants a quicker glory, teach it a slower, better story. Say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. Evening leans through an open frame. Paint dries level without a name. I write the date on the windowsill, sign it small so the house stands still. A letter waits with a grateful line. About that table holds just fine. I fold it twice like a carpenter's square. Lay it flat in remembered air. What I repair repairs me too. The proof is a life that passes through. Soup on Sunday, a story's glory. Feet on floors cured without hurry. And hold that fall, let the rim click fade. Let patience harvest what time has made. If pride asks who will tell your story, I'll point at the doors that open surely. Hands without hurry, they hold, they mend, they stay. They make a room sturdy and keep the sharp away. No neon needed, no board jury, just work made right by hands without hurry. I touch the bench where a boy will learn. Teach him the grain and how clamps turn. He asks, why wait if we know it fits? Because I say wood has its wits. Because a laugh is a house you build. The doors swing slow like they know my name. The bass walks steady, the night feels tame. A hush comes down like a velvet cloak. I light the match, raise the smoke. The room leans in with a silver grin. Power speaks softer than a violin. In the dark she nods, she's seen this road. I wear my calm like a heavy coat. I move like thunder you don't quite hear. Close cuts through the glass, no fear. I traded rage for a colder flame. Let silence do the heavy game. My shoes say little, my eyes say more. I own the room without the roar. Every breath is a quiet stroke. A crown you only see in smoke. The mirror lights on, the bottles gleam. The floor remembers where I've been. Caught my cold in nights like this. No wasted word, no reckless kiss. The band plays low, the snare says wait. The clock keeps time with measured fate. I take my seat, the world takes note. The crown you only see in smoke. Ain't no preacher teaching this control. It's learned by losing what you stole. You trade your thunder for a pulse. You tame the beast, you kill the fall. Let pride dissolve, let fear revoke. Wear patience like a tailored cloak. And when the noise begins to choke, you rise, a crown in smoke. So pour one for the man who ruled the room, with quiet hands and eyes that bloom. He laughs low, no need to boast. He wears a crown the night can't host. It hums like silk, it cuts like oak. A power born of calm and knows I ain't begging fate or hope. I wear my crown in smoke. glass with a sideways glance, a little test, a noble dance. I tip my glass, the message lands. I leave with silence, not my hands. No sudden moves, just measured grace. No chase required to win the race. Let others burn, let others choke. I hold my crown in smoke. I built my laws on steel and skin, on debts I paid and fights I didn't know. Easy wins, no cheap applause, just bruised respect and final cause. I lose the rush, I keep the soul. I play the long, deliberate role. When tempers break and bargains croak, I breathe the crown in smoke. The man in the mirror lifts his brow, says, son, you finally learned it now. Power ain't loud, it's poison proof. It's how you stand beneath the roof. No grin required, no sharpened blade, just presence other men obeyed. A nod once slow, the lesson spoke. A crown you only see in smoke. The bass grows on, the snare keeps time like a heartbeat charm. A whisper passes table to table, respect untold, a living fable. No name announced, no banner flown, just gravity that I've outgrown. The air gets thick, the doubts go broke. They see my crown in smoke. Pour one for the man who don't compete, who wins by never leaving his seat. He hums low, he holds the note. Yeah, he wears a crown in smoke. Raise your glass to the steel that's kind, iron, calm and discipline. Mine no roar, no shove, no cloak, just a quiet crown in smoke. Lights descend to amber gold. The groove grows wide, the pulse grows bold. Each note declares without a word the simplest law I ever heard. Own your breath, unlock the yoke. Let patience wrap you up in smoke. And when the room leans close to choke, exhale the crown in smoke. I press my will, I move the night by standing still. And when the doubts rise up to joke, they drown beneath my smoke. Ain't no choir singing my name, just bass and breath and tempered flame. No trumpet blast, no drums that poke, just the hush that crowns the yoke. The strong don't beg, the wise don't poke. They float their names on rings of smoke. And when the noise begins to choke, I smile my crown in smoke.
Smoke.
steady hands, and thunder weighed on silent plans. I seen rage lose to patient art. Morning leans quiet on the window frame. Dust turns patient in a band of flame. Kettle hums low like a church that knows. Piano tests deep then lets it close. I lift my eyes and lose ambitions to learn again the way the light listens. I used to speak first, loud and soon, chase the dawn like I owned the moon, argued with walls that had no tone, wore out words till the words wore none. But years grew soft where the corners were sharp, sand and mercy tuned my heart. Now sunlight waits at the edges of things like a hand on a hinge that never stings. It doesn't judge the cracks it finds, it fills them, leaves them kind of lines. It bends around our rough decisions as if it knows the way to listen. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let breath be the long, clear guide. If memory knocks with a trumpet's mission, answer with quiet. Watch light, listen. This is the way the light listens. No lecture, only grace. It warms the cup, forgives the chip, still loves the weathered face. No banner, no conditions, no courtroom in the sky. Just warmth that learns your story and doesn't ask you why. On the porch boards carry the day's last rain, tiny mirrors of yesterday's pain. A sparrow sips courage from a silver bead, tells a gutter what we need. Across the street, a widow lifts a grocery sack with Sunday thrift. I take an end, the bag grows light. She says it's nothing, I say it's right. The sun steps down the narrow lane, polishes rust without a name. It hears the tired, the torn, the christened, and shows me more of how light listens. Breathe on 4, let piano wait, let strings say mercy, not elate. If pride wants lights and loud decisions, open the door, let daylight listen. This is the way the light listens.
No lecture,
only grace. It warms a cup,
forgives the chip,
still loves a weathered face. No banner, no conditions, no courtroom in the sky. Just warmth that learns your story and doesn't ask you why. In the sink, plates testify, scratches on its edges shine. Soap writes halos on a working bowl. I rinse the day, receive my roll. The mirror edits what pain would sell, leaves the truth that fits me well. Not a hero, not a sin, just a man who lets light in. I button patience and stitch it slow. Wear a shirt, the seasons I know. Even the stain becomes permission, a map that taught how light can listen. Count to 4 till the heart stands sure. Let quiet be strong and good be pure. If thunder begs for your admission, turn down the dial, let light do listen. This is the way the light listens. No lecture, only grace. It warms a cup, forgives the chip, still loves a weathered face. No banner, no conditions, no courtroom in the sky. Just warmth that learned your story and doesn't ask you why.
Bring me the locks I forced for show, I'll oil them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too hard, I'll speak them soft in the backyard. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin, I'll walk them back with wider skin. Let slide guitar bend once and rest, let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants a neon christening, feed it bread then teach it listening. Say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. The child chalks planets on the walk, orbits held by simple talk. She names the small one second chance, gives it room to learn its dance. Her mother laughs and shades her eyes. The street turns gold with fewer lies. No one calls this miracle, it's just the world when hearts are full. The light kneels down to tie their day, holds the knot then walks away. I see it bow to our conditions, proof in school of how light listens. Hold that fall, let rim click, pray, let gratitude accrue its way. If history asks for your position, point to the porch, that's where I listen. This is the way the light listens.
No lecture,
only grace, it warms the cup,
forgives the chip,
still loves a weathered face. No banner, no conditions, no courtroom in the sky, just warmth that learns your story and doesn't ask you why. Evening eyes, the laundry line, shirts breathe out a gentler spine. I fold the sleeves I used to fill with faster blood and iron will. Now they're wide enough for rest, for holding grief against my chest. I call a friend I should have called. We talk like nails that won't be pulled. He says it's late, I say it's right. We let the quiet hold the night. The light between us needs no mission, it simply stays. It simply listens. This is the way the light listens.
no lecture,
Only grace that warms a cup,
forgives the chip,
still loves to learn its phase right.
Bass exhales like a sleeping flame. The room leans closer, hear my name. A silver curl of smoke takes turn. I wet my lips on the gentle burn. The clock keeps time and velvet clicks. The snare suggests the pulse is fixed. And the night she nods, prepared to learn how power moves in a gentle burn. I keep my heat behind the eyes, a quiet truth that never lies. No spark to boast, no torch to wait, just slow fire of the man crave. My shoes write maps across the floor. My breath unlocks a waiting door. The air grows soft, the edges turn. The room is mine by gentle burn. Her slips along the bar. A comet sent from where we are. I tilt the glass, the bass agrees. The organ hums like summer breeze. No rush to chase, no need to prove. I let the silence make the move. One heartbeat more, the doubts adjourn. She draws to me by gentle burn. Ain't no preacher teaches art to pace the flame and guard the heart. You bank the coals, you slow the turn. You win the night in how you burn. No sudden flash, no reckless churn. Just patience fed to what you yearn. And when the nerves begin to yearn, you lift the lid of gentle burn. So pour one for the men who never rush, who stir the room with breath and hush. He laughs low, lets embers turn. He owns the night by gentle burn. It hums like silk, it glows like wine. It draws the soul on its own time. I ain't begging fate to learn. I warm the dark with gentle burn. She finds my gaze and holds it light. Not quite a dare, not quite a fight. Her smile arrives the way he does. A slow reveal the body loves. I trace the rim of crystal glass. Let moments breathe and let them pass. Her hand lifts once, our rhythms turn. We talk in code of gentle burn. I learned to bank the blaze within, to keep the edges smooth and thin, to aim desire like a bow, to make it sing but never show. A whisper here, a measured glance, a shifting weight, a smaller stance, while others flare and then they churn. I hold the line in gentle burn. The man in the mirror tips his head, says, boy, you feed what should be fed. You don't ignite what should be earned. You let the lesson come unspurned. No fury trick, no brittle turn, just proof in how the embers burn. He taps the glass, the truth returns. Control is heat, the body learns. The band sinks low to clear the lane. The snare's a whisper on the grain. Kick a heart beneath the floor, invites the soul to want for more. A slide guitar like satin thread, stitches hush to what I said. The light goes warm, the corners churn. They lean toward the gentle burn. Pour one for the man who knows his heat, who keeps it close and makes it sweet. He hums low, lets embers turn. He rules the room by gentle burn. Raise your glass to the patient flame, to steady hands that never claim. No violent spark, no savage turn, just sovereign calm and gentle burn. A single note oath becomes a vow. A soft come here without a sound. The rhythm opens like a door. The heat invites, not shouts for more. A hush collects on every face. Desire guided, set in place. The groove unbuttons, line by line. The burn grows gentle by design. I ain't holy, I ain't tame. I simply mastered how to aim. I let the wanting find its shape. I keep the blaze inside the drape. I know the cost of fire's wild. They leave the heart a wayward child. But here I stand where lessons turn.
Organ hums low like a hallway prayer. Brass holds its breath in the chandelier. Snare taps one, an oath on the skin. Upright bass counts everywhere I've been. Men line up like shadows in a pew, hats in their hands like something they knew. Tonight we tie in a different church, where loyalty pays and the faithful purse. They say allegiance is a velvet chain, looks like gold, tight like rain. You wear it proud till it bites your throat. You kiss the ring while you sign the note. The room knows names that the city won't speak, where strong men kneel to keep the weak. A look from me says clock's too slow. A lift of my glass says yes or no. I didn't climb shouting on a borrowed stair. I moved like smoke and made men care. I kept my rage folded out thin, saved it for days when the odds won't spin. But every covenant carries a fee, the part of you you can't set free. I ask for loyalty, nothing less, and pay it back in carefulness. Count to 4, keep the blade unseen. Let the hush stay sharp and clean. If a promise has weight, let the bones agree. Every yes costs part of me. This is the price of obedience. Gold on the wrist, ghost in the vents. You keep your word till your word keeps you. When the bill comes due, when the night turns blue, I bless my man with a steady hand. Hold their fear like a wedding band. We don't buy thunder, we lease the sky. Pay with silence and never ask why. A soldier steps forward, jaw tight, tight. Eyes like a bridge between wrong and right. Says, boss, I stood where you told me stand. Held my breath, did not raise hands. But my brother fell when I spared a fool. Mercy was warm, the world was cruel. I answered slow, you did what's mine. Obedience first, revenge in line. Your grief is a ledger I signed tonight. You'll have your due when the time turns right. He nods like a bell that refuses to ring. We both swallow iron and call it a thing. I've learned that guidance is a narrow street, where every mile rubs faith on your feet. You carry the men or you let them drown. Either way, the weight is a crown. Count to 4 while the organ moans. Let the snare write truth on bones. If duty aches like a winter bloom, hold one breath for the silent room. This is the price of obedience. Gold on the wrist, ghosts in the vents. You keep your word till your word keeps you when the bill comes due, when the night turns blue. I bless my men with a steady hand, hold their fear like a wedding band. We don't buy thunder, we lease the sky, pay with silence and never ask why. There's a scripture etched on the back room door: take orders clean or don't take more. A choir of jackets hangs and waits, elbows polished by a patient face. She slips from the shadow with chapel light, smells like the truth in a perfect disguise. Says, tell me, king, what your crown can't hide. I say, the cost of the faith on my side. Every knot I give is a cut I keep. I send men walking and I lose my sleep. I trade my tenderness coin by coin, make a rosary out of what I join. She touches my cuff like a chalice rim. Here's the hymn I won't let brim. His power of mercy, she has the throne. It is if the guilty walk home alone. Horn sighs low like a priest grown tired, snare brushes ash from a night rewired. Count to 4, let the verdict land, steel in the throat, silk in the hand. If love and duty must collide, let duty walk and love abide. This is the price of obedience, gold on the wrist, ghosts in the vents. You keep your word till your word keeps you when the bill comes due, when the night turns blue. I bless my men with a steady hand, hold their fear like a wedding band. We don't buy thunder, we lease the sky, pay with silence and never ask why. Bring me the vow that outlives fear, bring me the hour I can't engineer. Bring me the name I couldn't save, I'll carve it soft on the night I gave. Bring me the rage I locked in oak, I'll let it breathe but not to smoke. If justice walks with measured shoes, let fate remove the nails it used. And if my law must break my heart, spare the men, I'll pay the part. Kneel to the tempo, rise to the tune, sins are heavier before the noon. Obey the line, but mind the cost, the faithful man is never lost. This is the price of obedience, gold on the wrist, ghosts in the vents. You keep your word till your word keeps you when the bill comes due, when the night turns blue. I bless my men with a steady hand, hold their fear like a wedding band. We don't buy thunder, we lease the sky, pay with silence and never ask why. Let's crawl forever, leave my stay true. Let's shout on the bay to the dome blaze do. Wedded and braids, wedded and bold, la quitte les, just name them bold. Logan bins down to onion wave, words like just know the engine blow. Snitches twin.
Morning irons gold on the banister rail, dust floats easy like a letter without mail. Kettle lifts steam like a simple renown, no trumpets needed, gentle is the crown. I wore a weight that bent my spine, called it glory, called it mine. Spoke like a storm in every room, turned small good days into costume.
But silk grows thin and thunder tires. Truth finds water, not the fires. Now power lives where hands calm down, in doors that open without sound. Count to 4 with ribs, not pride. Let breath be the longer guide. If memory asks for a louder town, point at mercy, gentle is the crown. Gentle is the crown.
Light as a shared hand,
Not gold that drags you down,
but grace that lets you stand.
no banners to unfurl, no armies to astound. The strongest man I've learned to be his crown is gentle on the ground. The neighbor waves with a busted gate, says I started wrong and finished late. We measure twice and cut once more, leave room for rain the wood can store. We sign the job with a nod and tea, to common men and dignity. No speeches framed, no cameras round, just hinges singing gentle crown. Breathe on for, let piano wait, let strings say home in a lower fate. If pride rehearses a brighter noun, teach it the sentence gentle crown. Gentle is the crown,
Light as a shared hand,
not gold that drags you down,
but grace that lets you stand.
no banners to unfurl, no armies to astound. The strongest man I've learned to be is crown is gentle on the ground. I kept a suit that demanded rooms, pressed my shadow into their blooms. A tailor's chalk road, win or fall, but velvet can't forgive a wall. I hung that coat beside my rage, watched both grow small with honest stage. Now linen air and denim brown fit better on a gentle crown. Count to 4 till the heart stands sure, let quiet be strong and good be pure. If thunder begs for a second round, smile once kindly, set it down. Gentle is a crown,
Light as a shared hand,
not gold that drags you down,
but grace that lets you stand.
no banners to unfurl, no armies to astound. The strongest man I've learned to be is crown is gentle on the ground. I walk the block like a steward does, checking the hinges, nobody was. A widow's porch needs one more brace, her thank you lives in a softened face. A boy debates with a stubborn chain, I show the trick that spares the strain. He learns that force can make you drown, patience floats a gentle crown. I used to fix with an iron shout, now I repair by hearing out. The city breathes when voices round, the chord resolves, the crown is found. Bring me the locks I force for show, I'll oil them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too hard, I'll speak them soft in the backyard. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin, I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let slide guitar bend once then rest, let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants a neon sound, feed it bread, set chairs around. A table set for ordinary towns, there lies the weight of gentler crowns. Say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. On my desk a door of unmailed lines, apologies stitched to winter vines. I send a few and spare the rest, some truths grow truer been confessed to wooden rooms and dishes clean, to evenings low and faithful screen. The mirror edits what pain wrote down, leaves who I am, removes the frown. I wear my peace like a working gown. It keeps me warm and crowns me down. Oh, that four-letter M, click pray. Let mercy sign the day. If glory taps for another round, pour it tea, let quiet crown. Gentle is the crown, not gold that drags you down. No banners to unfurl, no armies to astound. The strongest man I've learned to be his crown is gentle on the ground. Jagging braids copper through the trees, street lamps practice simple ease. I sweep the porch of its golden curls, shavings bright like little worlds. A letter waits with a grateful tone. About the table, steady home. I fold it twice like a carpenter's square, slide it where the tools declare. What I repair repairs me now. I bow to work the way men bow to love that keeps without renown. The truest law, a gentle crown. Mirrors lean close here, floorboards bowed with grace. How kingdoms mold by different space. Lean close, it's story that's its fun. Sonneting for everyone, not for a deed it doesn't break. Morning steps over the old back fence, a soft gold mercy without pretense. Dust turns holy in a patient ray, and for the first time in a long, long time, the light decides to stay. I used to hold my breath for storms, build my walls in thunder forms, kept a code for every doubt, wore it in and never out. I learned to oil my noisy doors, sweep the anger off the floors, name the tools that mend a day, and leave the rest to walk away. Now coffee warms a gentler bone, silence feel like something grown. The window writes a softer way, the light knows me and it stays. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let breathe be the long, clean guide. If yesterday knocks with a louder say, smile one step back, let daylight pray. Light learns to stay. It doesn't beg for proof. It climbs the slate of an ordinary, pours through the rooms I used to grade. No trumpet, no parade, just mercy without sway. I open both my hands and watch the light, how to stay. I walk the block with a listener's gate, arriving early, leaving late. A neighbor's hinge confesses rust. We share a rag and trade in trust. 2 kids chalk rings around the sun, argue colors, call it done. Their mother laughs a working hymn. I hold the bag and breathe with them. I used to crown myself with flame, burn the evening just to name a victory no dawn could wait. Now light keeps score by staying. Breathe on 4, let strings lean low. Let piano leave space where meanings grow. If pride returns, for allow to play. Point it to bread and let it stray. Light learns to stay.
Light learns to stay.
It doesn't beg for proof. It climbs the slate of an ordinary roof. Pours through the rooms I used to grade. No trumpet, no parade. Just mercy without sway. I open both my hands and watch the light how to stay. There's a drawer of unmailed lines, letters to bridges and winter vines. I send a few with kinda ink. I keep a few so time can think. The mirror does a gentler job, leaves out the blade, keeps in the saw. I button patience, stitch it neat, wear it where my pulse can meet. The man I was is not a ghost. He sets the table, pours the toast. We eat our peace in common clay. The living proof the light can stay. Count to 4 till the heart stands sure. Let quiet be strong and good be pure. If memory begs for a harsher day, I turn the lamp and let it pray. Light learns to stay. It doesn't beg for proof. It climbs the slate of an ordinary fruit. Pours through the rooms I used to grade. No trumpet, no parade. Just mercy without sway. I open both my hands and watch the light learn how to stay. Bring me the locks I force for show. I'll oil them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too sharp. I'll speak them soft, teach night to heart. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin. I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let slide guitar bend once, then rest. Let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants a neon sign, give it supper, salt and thyme. If power asks what is for today, to keep the light and let it stay. Say less, stand plain. Count to 4, remain. A letter arrives with a thank you hand. About that gate you came to mend. I fold the note the quiet way. A small receipt for a brighter day. The mailbox hums a copper cord. The porch boards nod like they're restored. I sweep the dust, I spare the bees. I leave the clover for their ease. The sky puts silver on the lane, and even shadows lose their strain. They're only proof of what light says. I'm here, I'm warm, I'll stay. Hold that 4, let the snare lie low. Let the organ breathe and the strings say go. If glory turns with a borrowed play, offer a chair, then fade to day. Light learns to stay. It doesn't beg for proof. It climbs the slate of an ordinary roof. Pours through the rooms I used to grade. No trumpet, no parade. Just mercy without sway. I open both my hands and watch the light learn how to stay. I sit with dusk like an old good friend, naming the ways we didn't bend, the doors we oiled, the words we saved, the hours we gave to the unenslaved. I phone the man I used to fear. We trade our names and drop a year. No ledger speaks, no tally calls, just space enough for mercy's walls. And when I hang the gentler line, I feel the color turn from
wine, to wheat, to bread, to daily grace. The light keeps finding my face. Horizon irons, the night too thin. Rail tracks hum like a violin. Boots all scuff a modest claim. Wind spells out my middle name. No one beside me, no one to blame. Just me and the distance I became. I left a city built on louder proof. Traded brass ceilings for an open roof. Turned down parades that forget the street. Chose smaller bread that the humble eat. I learned to measure what I let go. To walk like water where fires won't grow. Some call it loss, I call it aim. A tighter circle with a calmer flame. Photographs fade to the color of wheat. Stories turn quiet with truth and meat. I'm lighter now in a heavier frame. The weight I lost was the need for fame. Count to 4 with a steady lung. Let the past be past and the young stay young. If memory knocks with a stadium's name, answer with footsteps you're willing to claim. This is the distance I became. Not running away, not hiding shame. I let the noise unlearn my name. I kept the work, I kept the same. The farther I walk from what I tame, the closer I came to the man I became. I used to bargain with thunder's dead. Spend tomorrows I hadn't met. Now I buy minutes with breath and bone. Paying quiet where haste had grown. There's a diner that remembers my nod. A prayer in the cup, a wink from God. The waitress writes, take care on the slip. I folded like a sailor ship. Let current keep it, let tide explain how distance smooths the crowded brain. I'm still the one who loved the fight. I just choose battles that honor the night. Breathe on full, let the snare brush slow. Let the slide guitar fade like snow. If pride wants echoes and rented a claim, pointed to gravel that knows your name. Distance I became, not running away, not hiding shame. I let the noise unlearn my name. I kept the work, I kept the same. The farther I walk from what I tame, the closer I came to the man I became. There's a bridge I cross where the river forgives, where losses convert to a life that lives. I drop old coins through the iron grate, watch circles widen and loosen fate. The water doesn't owe me speech, it holds my face just out of reach. Enough to know, not to control. A mirror for a working soul. I don't rehearse the lines I cut. I leave the door a little shut. What wants to leave, I let it pass. What needs to stay, I set like glass. Hold that forward till the ribs feel sure. Let strings breathe in like a patient cure. If yesterday
me to moonlight, keep your aim. This is the distance I became, not running away, not hiding shame. I let the noise unlearn my name. I kept the work, I kept the same. The farther I walked from what I tamed, the closer I came to the man I became. Bring me the doors I slam for proof. I'll hinge them soft under quieter roof. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin. I'll walk them back with a thicker skin. Bring me the names I spoke too loud. I'll say them small without the crowd. Let the piano place 2 notes and wait. Let bass keep time with a slower fade. If distance is mercy in a faithful frame, let love be the work that remembers my name. Say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. I pass a field where the scarecrows bow, a rusted choir that knows me now. They don't applaud and they don't accuse. They hold a posture I choose to use. A child on a fence line kicks his heels. His mother counts change for evening meals. I hold the door when they reach the store. No lesson given, just room for more. The smallest gestures I used to spend return like coins from a truer friend. I'm rich in a currency most won't claim. The quiet returns of a decent name. Count on 4, let the breath grow wise. Let the truth be truth without disguise. If glory taps with a neon frame, offer a chair to climb the game. This is the distance I became, not running away, not hiding shame. I let the noise unlearn my name. I kept the work, I kept the same. The farther I walk from what I tamed, the closer I came to the man I became.
The room leans close like it wants to learn. The bass ticks slow like a measured burn. The lights go low, the noise turns thin. I press my breath and settle in. My watch taps time against my palm. A quiet storm, the weight of calm. In the night she nods, she knows this song. A crown that rests in the weight of calm. I walk that line between steel and silk, where heat runs slow like warm milk. No need to shout, no fist to show. I let my presence set the flow. My shoes draw maps on oak and grain. The snare keeps time inside my veins. A city bows without alarm to the measured weight of calm. Cufflinks flash like lightning dead.
grow civilized. I choose my words like polished stones. I lay them down, they build their throne. The floorboards hum my private song. A kingdom built on the weight of calm. Ain't no preacher teach a steady hand. You learn by losing what you plan. You trade the roar for something deep, a pace that moves while others sleep. You let the fire dodge the bomb. You hold it close, you keep it warm. And when the storm expects you home, you answer with the weight of calm. So pour one for the man who never rushed, whose silence makes the loud ones hush. He laughs slow, he won't his song. He rules the night with weight of calm. It hums like oak, it sways like steel. A patient force the proud can feel. I ain't begging fate or charm. I move the world with a weight of calm. The band sits back to let me breathe. The organ smoke threads through my sleeve. The guitar bends like tempered wheel, a single note that holds you still. The barmaid nods, she knows this tune. When measured men light up a room. No tempest here, no cheap alarm. Just the quiet weight of calm. I learned to fold my anger neat, to iron rage with controlled heat, to close my fist around the wind, to say much less and still contain. I count the beats the drummer hides. I read the eyes the crowd provides. Where others run, I simply song. A wind by way to calm. The man in the mirror lifts his chin, says, boy, I see you learn to win. Not by blaze or sharpened tongue, but by the breath you hold in lung. No sword to wave, no flag to claim, just poison patience in your name. He taps the glass, confirms the charm. You're crowned by weight of calm. She enters slow with silver eyes, a question hid in her disguise. She waits to see if I will chase. I let the stillness take her face. A tilt of glass, a glance of grace. No frantic moves, no crowded space. The bass grows warm, the doubts disarm. She understands the weight of calm. Pour one for the man who reads the tide, who makes the storm itself subside. He hums low, keeps that song. He crowns the room with the weight of calm. Raise your glass to iron grace, to silent heat and steady pace. No shout, no bluff, no bomb. Just sovereign weight of calm. The groove pulls tight like tailored cloth. The tempo breathes a sacred oath. Each note holds back just half a breath. A dance with danger, not with death. I set the air in measured harm, a lullaby of weight of calm. The room leans in
doubts grow small. They fall beneath the weight of calm. I ain't holy, I ain't tame, I just refuse the frantic game. I bank my sparks in tempered steel, I spend them slow so fate can kneel. I carry storms in quieter jars, I steer by scars instead of stars. When chaos begs for open palm, I close my hand with the weight of calm. Ain't no choir singing me through, just bass and breath and follow through. No trumpet blast, no gilded bomb, just heartbeat underway to calm. Morning folds open like a careful hand, piano on the sill like dust on the land. Kettle takes breath, street yards away. There's nothing to chase and nothing to fade. I set down the armor I wore through the rain, and hear it, the calm calling my name. I've bartered with thunder, I've counted to 4. I've taught a locked city to love a soft door. I've carried a silence that sharpened the blade and set it all down when the debt had been paid. Now every step has a weight that's kind, measured and honest, a friend to the spine. I don't need applause in a rented room. The daylight shining is praise enough bloom. The coffee is simple, the ledger is clean. I tally by mercy, not by the sheen. Where noise once begged for a loud acclaim, the wind writes gently, repeating my name. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let breath be the long, clear guide. If memory knocks with a neon flame, I answer with quiet, I know my name. The calm knows my name, it meets me at the door. It lifts the cup, it sets the frame, it teaches less is more. No trumpet to proclaim, no crown that needs a floor. I live where light is plain, the calm knows my name. I'm walking the block the way fathers do, carrying daylight like good men choose. I oil a hinge that no one will praise, sweep a small step for ordinary days. A boy rides past with a crooked grin, learning the breaks that hold trouble in. His mother smiles a thank you thin. We trade a nod, and that's a win. I used to love like a spark on straw, too hot to hold, too quick to draw. Now love's a river in a patient bed, cooler than fire, warmer than dread. I said 2 places, keep one for the rain. When weather needs shelter, it knows my name. Breathe on 4, let strings lean low. Let piano leave space where truths can grow. If pride returns for an old campaign, I pour it tea, it forgets my name. The calm knows my name, it
meets me at the door. It lifts the cup, it sets the frame, it teaches less is more. No trumpet to proclaim, no crown that needs a floor. I live where light is plain, the calm knows my name. There's a chair that forgives the weight I bring, a lamp that edits the sting from things. On the wall, a map of slower roads, where patience pays and hurry owes. I've learned to repair what I used to replace, to bless with hands instead of haste. I keep small tools where anger hid, a screwdriver where judgment did. The hinge in me learned how to swing towards the hard truth and the truer spring. If grief needs room, I make it a lane. It passes through kindly and says my name. Count to 4 till the heart stands sure. Let quiet be strong and good be pure. If yesterday asked for a harsher rain, I write forgiven next to my name. The calm knows my name, it meets me at the door. It lifts the cup, it sets the frame, it teaches less is more. No trumpet to proclaim, no crown that needs a floor. I live where light is plain, the calm knows my name. Bring me the locks I forced for show, I'll oil them now and let them go. Bring me the words I threw like stone, I'll speak them soft and make them home. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin, I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let the guitar bend once and rest, let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory begs for a neon flame, point it to supper, bread and name. If power asks what it's for at last, to keep the future came to the past. Say let's stand plain, count to 4, remain. Neighbor's fence needs a measured hand, I lend the hour, not a brand. We talk of rain and the price of wheat, the sort of kingdom I trust my feet. He tells me loss in a quiet pitch, I answer by listening where ache is rich. No sermon spills, no banner flies, just cleaner air. The moon leans low on a crooked wire, my breath smells like smoke and tire. Another night with nothing to prove, just the echo of the man I used to move. The whiskey speaks where words can't live, a quiet sermon no priest could give. In the dark she nods, she always forgives. I left a town that forgot my fate, chasing ghosts I could never replace. Dreams turn cold in the neon rain. Every step I took just spelled my name. She said, baby, love's a game of debt, and I'm still paying what I can't forget. I light a match just to watch it fade, 'cause whiskey don't forget mistakes I made. The jukebox hums the same old lie. Promises burning while the years go by. Stranger nod says I know that pain. We toast the past and lose again. A shadow moves where a perfume stays. It's been 10 years but it smells the same. Every night I try to reset, but whiskey don't forget. No preacher waits, no choir sings, just bottles lined like wedding rings. You can pray or curse the flame, but it'll still spell out her name. Sin comes cheap, truth comes late. Heaven's locked, I missed that gate. And every sip's a cold duet, 'cause whiskey don't forget. So pour one for the man who lost his fight, still singing low through another night. He left soft at what he regrets, yeah. Whiskey don't forget. It hums my sorrow in a golden tone, cuts through bone straight to the soul. I ain't begging peace, just a reset, but whiskey don't forget. Photos torn, but her smile still stings like a chord that never stops to ring. I left a name carved on a ballroom door. She left her heart on my bedroom floor. The past don't sleep, it just waits in line with an open seat and a glass of wine. I try to heal, but the blues still bet that whiskey won't forget. The road arms low, the ties confess. Every mile a wound I don't address. I chase forgiveness down dead-end streets, but mercy don't speak to men like me. I see her face in motel glass, reflected pain that just won't pass. I smile faintly, try to reset, but whiskey don't forget. The man in the mirror grins too wide. He's tired of watching me run and hide. He says, boy, the truth is a debt unpaid, and whiskey's the price that never fades. The blues ain't cruel, it's just fair. It gives you pain, 'cause nothing else cares. You lose your soul, your last roulette. Still, whiskey don't forget. I used to play loud for a crowded room. Now I hum slow in the shadows tune. She said I'd drown in my own regret. Now I float on a sea I can't forget. The night don't judge, it just takes its due. Each drop a story I swore was true. The flame still burns my silhouette. Whiskey don't forget. Pour one more for the ones who tried to love too hard and still got that night. For the ghosts that dance when the lights reset, yeah. Whiskey don't forget. Raise that glass to the sinner's song, where right feels right and wrong feels strong. No crown, no party, no dignity, 'cause whiskey don't forget. I sold my peace for a steady flame. Signed the night beneath my name. The bar's near empty, but the sound still sways. A broken prayer to better days. Each note bleeds, each silence ways she's gone, but her ghost still plays, and in that hush a cold regret whiskey won't forget. I ain't holy, I ain't free, but I still keep time in minor key. If hell had a stage, I'd play it blue, 'cause the devil drinks the same as you. My song's a scar I can't outplay. It follows me night and day. I drink the dreams not finished yet, 'cause whiskey don't forget. No choir hums, no dawn redeems, just a low hum of forgotten dreams. The truth don't fade, it just resets. Whiskey don't forget. It's mercy's twin with a bitter face, a cold hand, a warm embrace. I fade, I fall, I owe that debt. Whiskey don't forget. So pour one for the silent kind who left their peace but stayed behind. For every man the world is red. Whiskey don't forget. No crown, no light, no silhouette, just the smoke of a no regret. And if I'm gone, remember yet, the whiskey don't forget. Fall.
Morning sits warm on a faithful chair. Piano breath rides easy, yeah. Cup in my hand, a scar on the rim. I toast the burdens that taught me to swim. Not every weight was an enemy. I used to curse the stone I hauled, swore at the sky like the blame it called, held my jaw like a rusted clamp, burned my name into every lamp. Then one long winter showed me slow how steady shoulders make rivers grow. I learned to breathe beneath the load, count my steps, repair the road. A boy with fury, a man with hands. I traded thunder for honest plan. The spine I earned from agony became the weight that loved me. Count to 4 with ribs, not a rage. Let breath uncrease the page. If yesterday begs for injury, say thank you, storm, you carried me. This is the way that loved me. It pressed me down to rise. It taught my knees the country, put daylight in my eyes. No crown could do what burden did. No speech could name this sea. I found a stronger mercy in the weight that loved me. A door once stuck where my temper lived. I pushed and kicked what a hinge forgives. Later I learned the drop of oil, the gentle truth that saves the soil. I held a friend through his midnight ache, let grief speak floods until it broke. We didn't dam it with clever talk, we
kept the lamps and took the walk. Some weights are names you refuse to drop, a vow you keep at the quiet shop. Hold steady here, make bread, pour tea, let ordinary carry me. Breathe on four, let strings lean low, let piano leave space where meanings grow. If pride returns like a debtor's plea, tell it kindness carried me. This is the way to love me. It pressed me down to rise. It taught my knees a country, put daylight in my eyes. No crown could do what burden did, no speech could name this sea. I found a stronger mercy in the weight that loved me. I wore a suit that cost me sleep, silk on the surface, the lining cheap. It taught me how a shine can lie, how fabric strains when rooms run dry. I hung it up beside my rage, watch both grow small with age. Now denim truth and linen calm hold me closer than any song. The bills I paid, the debts I owe, the promises I haul like a road. They didn't drown, they disciple me, cut keys to doors I couldn't see. Count to four till the heart stands sure, let quiet be strong and good be pure. If memory has to set me free, say burden, tune the key. This is a way to love me. It pressed me down to rise. It taught my knees a country, put daylight in my eyes. No crown could do what burden did, no speech could name the sea. I found a stronger mercy in the weight they loved me. Bring me the stones I threw at night, I'll build a hearth that keeps us alive. Bring me the names I lifted wrong, I'll sing them slow inside this song. Bring me the locks I forced for show, I'll oil them now and let them go. Let slide guitar bend once then rest, let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants a neon claim, feed it bread and call it plain. If power asks what love can be, the weight you share, not just a key. Say less, stand true, count to four, come through. I met a widow on Market Street, carried her bags through summer heat. She didn't cry, she didn't preach, just split the load in equal reach. We walked 3 blocks like a small parade, a chorus built of what hands laid. She said, I thought I'd break in two. I said, not now, look me into. I learned that love is not a blaze, it's cooler light on longer days. The heaviest kindness quietly becomes a weight that loves me. Hold that 4, let the rim click, pray, let mercy sign the day. If thunder begs for history, let burdens ride the victory. This is the way to love me. It pressed me down to rise. It taught my knees the country, put daylight in my eyes. No crown could do what burden did.
Door sighs once like a kind old friend. Mat so clean it forgets where you've been. Piano in the hallway counts to 4. Dust floats wholly through a patient door. You put down the keys and the day loosens too. There are rooms in this house that forgive you. The kitchen knows the storms you wore. Kettle translates them into something warm. Tile remembers your heavier shoe. Still offers light where you tend to bruise. The window keeps your name like steam. Wipes it softly when you need clean. You don't need thunder to prove you came. The fridge light whispers your true name. You sit with bread with ordinary grace. A chair that takes the weight you face. You learn your breath, the slower view. There are rooms in this house that forgive you. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let the lamp be the gentler guide. If yesterday knocks like a dead come due, let the floorboards answer, we know you. These rooms forgive you. Walls of mercy, doors of light. Chairs receive you, hands grow right. No choir, no crown, no proof to do. Just quiet truth, these rooms forgive you. The sink keeps secrets you confess to. Soap rinses the iron out of rope. A towel folds open like a small new prayer. Says you are allowed to leave it there. The hallway mirror is kind tonight. Leaves out the battles, keeps the bright. It edits the ache but spares the true. Enough for the better part of you. You hang your coat on a faithful hook. It doesn't ask which road you took. You learn to bless what you once outdrew. There are rooms in this house that forgive you. Breathe on forward till the strings lean low. Let piano leave spaces where meanings grow. If pride returns with a sharpened cue, open a window, let mercy through. These rooms forgive you. Walls of mercy, doors of light. Chairs receive you, hands grow right. No choir, no crown, no proof to do. Just quiet truth, these rooms forgive you. In the study, silence keeps a pen. Pages waiting like patient friends. You write one letter you'll never send. Fold it in peace and let it mend. The bookshelf holds what time made wise. Stories that teach a gentler size. Clock ticks off like a second chance, turning regret into usable plans. You wore the hinge on the door you hurt. Sweep the footprints of a harsher word. A softer craft, a steadier glue. There are rooms in this house that forgive you. Count to 4 till the heart stands true. Let breeze arrive like morning dew. If memory begs for a brighter view, turn on the lamp and leave it to you. These rooms forgive you. Walls of mercy, doors of light. Chairs receive you, hands grow right. No choir, no crown, no
proof to do, just quiet truth. These rooms forgive you. Bring me the locks I forced for show. I'll lower them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too hard. I'll speak them soft in the backyard. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin. I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let guitar bend once and rest. Let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory needs a neon view, feed it supper. Wash a few, say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. Oh, bedroom hair wears a linen calm. Curtains murmur like a psalm. You place your anger on the chair, wake to find there's less to wear. The roof doesn't promise drought or sun. It simply holds while seasons run. What's lost returns in a humbler hue. What stayed grows green and honest too. You learn to keep the small things fed. Water the plant, unmake the dread. A lamp, a book of you made new. There are rooms in this house that forgive you. On 4, let the rim click stay. A heartbeat and a quieter day. If shame arrives in a louder blue, lay out a blanket, let it through. These rooms forgive you. Walls of mercy, doors of light. Chairs receive you, hands grow right. No choir, no crown, no proof to do, just quiet truth. These rooms forgive you. Ooh, you call a friend you should have called. Say what you meant and spare the gall. The hallway smiles at the way you learn to keep some bridges built to return. A neighbor knocks, the fence won't stay. You bring your tools and half the day. 2 measured hands, 1 humble clue. Fixing his gate repaired you too. The house breathes out. Got a hums of him on the eaves. Window writes river, dawn the leaves. Roof keeps time with a fingertip drum. Lightning signs quiet, thunder stays numb. Key in the lock like a whispered refrain. Welcome home to a house made of rain. I didn't build this place out of brick or bone. Didn't stack proof just to call it my own. I gathered what fell from a restless sky. The salt of losses, the tears I denied. I learned the angles water prefers, how grief turns gentle when nobody stirs. I framed the rooms with slowed down breath, mortared the corners with patience and rest. No nails of pride, no doors that shout, just hinges of mercy that open out. I swept the noise from yesterday's veins and laid these floors with a hush that remains. Count to 4 where the rafters bend. Let the drip find rhythm and call it a friend. If memory knocks with a suitcase of blame, show it the sink, let the rainfall explain. In a house made of rain, I'm clean again. Walls of weather, floors of wind, roof of of forgiveness, beams of refrain. I'm home in the hush of a house made of rain. No fire to prove, no crowd to entertain, just me and the hymn of a house made of rain. Kitchen light flickers like a faithful nurse, measuring pulse in the coffee's verse. The kettle exhales what the night held tight, lets old names soften and learn to be light. I shelved the thunder beside the door, labeled it only if peace asks for more. My coat hangs wet with an honest past, it drips into buckets I empty at last. There's a chair that forgives the weight I bring, a towel that crowns me with nothing like king. This roof doesn't keep the storms away, it teaches me how to stay. Breathe on forward till the bass says stay. Let the snare brush puddles into play. If pride arrives with a loud acclaim, turn down the lamp, let the rain know your name. In a house made of rain, I'm clean again. Walls of weather, floors of wind, roof of forgiveness, beams of refrain. I'm home in the hush of a house made of rain. I bless what broke and what remained, built into rooms in a house made of rain. Bedroom window holds a silver sheet, city's heartbeat soft and sweet. I count the breaths I used to spend on doors that jammed and wars to defend. But water rewrites the story I kept, turns razors to rivers where swords once slept. It polishes shame like a blackened toy till face and purpose rejoin. I keep a ledger for gentler dues, debits of anger, credits of truce. Balance returns like an evening train, arriving on tracks made of rain. Hold your count, let the strings lean low, let piano drip notes you already know. If guilt demands an iron chain, rinse it to rust in the mouth of rain. In a house made of rain, I'm clean again. Walls of weather, floors of wind, roof of forgiveness, beams of refrain. I'm home in the hush of a house made of rain. No witness needed, no royal domain, just breathing bread in a house made of rain. Bring me the words I spoke too fast, I'll soak them soft till the edges pass. Bring me the locks I forced for proof, rain will repair the honest roof. Bring me the letters I never sent, we'll float them down the basement vent. Let the guitar bend like a bowed down spine, let trumpet glow like a street lamp sign. If mercy is water and I'm the clay, shape me slower, wash me away. Say less, hold true, count four, come through. Hallway mirror fogs with a second chance, finger draws circles where I used to glance. The man in the glass looks older, sure, but kind in the lines where storms matured. I thank the leaks that taught me pails, the temporary roofs that became my tales. I learned that shelter isn't dry, it's where your worry comes to lie. Where grief is a guest with a decent bed, and blame is a coat you learn to shed. Where love is a mop, not a closing door, cleaning the footprints you adore. Four beats soft like a cotton hymn, let the past get quiet at the brim. If rage returns to stake its claim, it leaves in silence, washed by rain. In a house made of rain, I'm clean again. Walls of weather, floors of wind, roof of forgiveness, beams of refrain. I'm home in a hush of a house made of rain. I mend, I breathe, I lose the strain, and sleep like thunder after rain. In a house made of rain, I'm clean again. Walls of weather, floors of wind, roof of forgiveness, beams of refrain. I'm home in a hush of a house made of rain. I mend, I breathe, I lose the strain, and sleep like thunder after rain. In a house made of rain, I'm clean again. Walls of weather, floors of wind, roof of forgiveness, beams of refrain. I'm home.
Tailor's chalk like moonlight on coal, tape around my ribs, measuring toe. Silk takes breath, buttons take bone. Mirror keeps secrets, I won't atone. Horn sighs low, piano writes ash. Bass counts debts I refuse to stash. I smile like a verdict stitched within. Step into evening in a suit made of sin. I felt like a river where whispers swim, cufflinks clink soft like a chapel hymn. I pressed my past till the creases obey, steamed out the tremor, taught doubt to stay. Every pocket holds a quiet law, every seam knows what mercy saw. I don't wear thunder, I am the storm, laid to rest in a measured form. There's perfume in the hall that remembers a war, footsteps that know what forgiveness is for. I walk through rooms that lean to hear, watch courage slow, dance with fear. This isn't gold, it's a tailored debt, threaded with names I won't forget. If elegance is armor, I'm armored thin, but the cut is perfect on a suit made of sin. Count to 4, keep breath inside, hide the bruise where the pearls reside. If truth must show, let the lights go dim. I'll say it's softer in a suit made of sin, that I wear my quiet like a crown that burns, fit by the lessons no saint returns. If grace is a fabric that won't give in, I stitch my name in a suit made of sin. No thunder needed, no borrowed grin, I rule the room in a suit made of sin. When love wants proof and fate wants skin, I pay in silence with a suit made of sin. A tailor once told me, stand like you swear. I learned to vow with the weight I wear. Wool takes shape like a patient lie, shape it too long and the truth runs dry. There's a woman whose eyes unbutton the night, she knows a zipper between wrong and right. She says, does that fabric forgive your hands? I say it forgives nothing, only understands. I pocketed rage like a folded tie, took it out seldom, let most go by. The city keeps track with a ledger of seams, invoices printed in unlit dreams. I sign with a nod, I pay with a glance, I dance with danger in a lawful stance. You think it's glamour, but look again, it's discipline draped in a suit made of sin. Count to 4, let the snare draw near, teach your pulse to disappear. If sorrow asks where I've been, tell it measure in a suit made of sin. I wear my quiet like a crown that burns, fit fit by the lessons no saint returns. If grace is a fabric that I won't give in, I stitch my name in a suit made of sin. No thunder needed, no borrowed grin. I rule the room in a suit made of sin. When love wants proof and faith wants skin, I pay in silence with a suit made of sin. Tailor's chalk traced the cost of pride, marked where the boy in me went to hide. Pinned the shoulders built from nights when I held back flames and turned off lights. Hemmed the memories to ankle length so I don't trip over borrowed strength. Pressed a crease into second chances so they fall sharp in slow romance. There's a prayer sewn thin beneath the chest for names I couldn't keep at rest. I carry their echoes like hidden thread. Pull too hard, it breaks instead. So I tug with care, I wear with grace. I let the stitch hold time and place. If virtue's velvet and vice is skin, I'm somewhere honest in a suit made of sin. Count to 4, let the brass confess. Breathe through linen, admit the mess. When judgment knocks, don't let it in. Make it wait outside my suit made of sin. I wear my quiet like a crown that burns, fit by the lessons no saint returns. If grace is a fabric that I won't give in, I stitch my name in a suit made of sin. No thunder needed, no borrowed grin. I rule the room in a suit made of sin. When love wants proof and fate wants skin, I pay in silence with a suit made of sin. Bring me the boat I couldn't afford, cloth of regret that the past has stored. Bring me the thimble that saved my hands when rage tore holes in gentler plans. Mark it alone. I'll base my fury in unpicked pain. Press it flat with a midnight rain. And if the fit has blood to win, I'll bleed discreetly through a suit made of sin. No applause, no brighter gin, just breath and cloth and the man within. I wear my quiet like a crown that burns, fit by the lessons no saint returns. If grace is a fabric that I won't give in, I stitch my name in a suit made of sin. No thunder needed, no borrowed grin. I rule the room in a suit made of sin. When love wants proof and fate wants skin, I pay in silence with a suit made of sin. Write it in brass, write it all screwed. I cooled and alarm home in a suit made of sin. I take my spot at a rousey beat, all bummed dark up in a suit made of sin. Tailor's chalk